I know that people feel something greater than themselves in existence. I just do not define it. There is no physical evidence of it, no face-to-face encounters outside of personal experience. I have no need to make up explanations that could blind me to realities about it. The only thing you have to prove that feeling exists is the faith it exists, because people feel it. Personal experiences. In truth, all we have is human evidence, so the most likely answer is that it is human in nature. People have created stories to try to define this feeling. Over the years, those stories gained personas and out-of-this-world qualities. The feelings still existed, but the definitions of what was not known evolved and changed. Eventually, the people who were in charge of the information transfer about these human feelings realized they could control the public with the knowledge they were holding. At this point, they became gatekeepers of knowledge. They committed an egregious crime against people by altering philosophies into commanding creatures that held human lives in the balance. They began to use the defining of the gods to oppress and inspire. I do not exclude that good things have happened from these systems of control. I am saying that it does not negate the harms and in fact allows the harms to continue instead of correcting them. Irresponsible to not take accountability for your choices to act in life and the effects they have in the world. Many faith demands place your humanity in a vice, where they pressure the behaviors that will make you an enabler of your abuse. They also hold the cure for the constraints they created. I do not want to follow such disgraceful manipulation, especially surrounding that feeling of something greater. That feeling is greater than those stories that demand your loyalty. You do not need it to be defined to know how it makes you feel. You feel loved. You feel seen. You feel cared for. You do not need stories. You have your lived experience. The stories are corrupt. They are political and controlling. They are not that spirit you feel. You have never needed them. They have always hindered that spirit from uplifting humanity. The stories tell humanity it is brutish and disgusting without dedicating your life to the enslavement of the tale. It is an abuse without bruises to hold a person captive through threat of their livelihood in life and death. That is abuse. Does that spirit you feel abuse you? Why would it give you instructions to be abusive? You do not have to have a story to tell you that you have experienced something greater than yourself, and no one else can tell you what you have experienced. No story holds the truth of a God, but your feelings do for you alone. That is what faith is supposed to be about. Having faith that what you feel is good, loving, and real exists without evidence. Faith is not forced acceptance of an explanation that can only be assumed. You know what they say about the word assume. It makes an ass out of you and me. I know that something that loves you does not want you to be an ass. That spirit does not need your faith in stories to exist. It exists despite those stories. I know that how I speak of Christianity is upsetting to people. I have told you how the truth comes with discomforts. But if you brave the uncertainty, you will see more clearly on the other side of the discovery. It is not the God that I am exposing. I am exposing the story of a God that was created to control people. Gods do not exist in stories, if they exist. If you have faith in a God, you will easily see the truth of the abuse that is the dogma. You will expand your mind to the beauty of reality without the stories causing you to stop growing in your humanity. You will find that your integrity is what matters to your soul's completion. It will bring you closer to the sense of something greater in the world. It will fill your life with the greatness of potential. Faith should not demand suffering for rewards in death. Your faith should be in that something greater guiding you, comforting you, celebrating you, loving you. When your living experiences do not hold those things for you. Faith is for living well, not for living to die before you get anything good. I do not wish to make anyone believe anything I cannot prove. I can prove humans have often experienced something that feels greater than themselves. I personally choose to be an atheist. This is because it allows for the acceptance of a God existing with evidence. I can still honor that sense of something greater in the universe, without insulting its existence with assumptions. It is most honest to say that no, God exists, given the accumulation of human knowledge. By choosing to be an atheist, I am upholding the truth of reality, with the open-ended possibility for divinity to exist with evidence. It is the responsible choice without a bias towards the reality we know exists. It allows for that human experience of something greater, without assuming anything. I do have a belief. If a God exists, it would be insulted by being defined without being known. I would think that qualifies as blasphemy and idolatry. Knowing it exists does not tell you its age, sex, and politics. If you make those claims, you are telling stories, not truths. That would be a false witnessing to say you know what you do not know. This is why I am making these videos that point out the abuse within the theology and dogmas of the Abrahamic religions. I love the stories because of the cultural values they hold. They are beautiful tomes of ancient peoples and the lives they lived. I love many of the traditions and good works that all of these Abrahamic religions have. I do not wish to end Christianity. I want it to evolve into active practice that honors a God, not the inhumane. I want Christians to be proud of their God, not have to defend it from being an abuser. If your God is only the story, what kind of God do you believe in? Who defined it? What have those definitions done in the world for more than just believers? Can your God be greater than the story? To be indifferent to the truth is to be indifferent to life. I cannot imagine that sense of something greater is indifferent to anything. Nor do I believe it would approve of your indifference, since centrifference causes abuse to others. What is a God? I can tell you the Spirit is greater than the text. I can tell you a God is an individual experience. This means every human has a unique God, all their own. What you do with that is up to you. What you do in the world because of that choice is on your head. Be responsible in your choices. You choosing to believe in the God over selling your soul for salvation is not a bad idea. A God does not need you to be a slave to love you. Love is given freely as a gift. It is not something you can buy, not even with your soul. Hold on to your faith in that sense of something greater in the universe as you sift out these abuses from your beliefs. That feeling does not go away when the stories are gone. God is not a story. You are brave of heart. You are strong of mind. You have always been enough. You have been groomed to think you are not. It is okay. I am here with you. We are all in this together. One for all and all for one. Humanity, being people and feeling what we were born to feel. What greater joy could you know than to know you have felt the divine? You have always had everything you need with you all along, without the stories. Trust that. Instinct is why humanity has survived and become so able to create. That is the spirit behind life. Honor it by living true, not performing roles from a story, to the high road.